Welcome to Gate 56, the Wanderer, the Gate of Stimulation. The subtitle of this gate speaks about stability through movement. How beautiful. I mean, this is a key for any abstract element. It clearly speaks about what is the strongest danger for any abstract process, which is getting stuck, lose the alignment with the movement of things. And it also speaks about the perpetuation of continuity through the linkage of short-term activities. It's an experiential gate, it's the abstract mental expression, so it's deeply rooted in past experiences, a gate that is there to stimulate you with the past. And when the past is, that past can be any past. And in that, the gate 56 is a gate of stimulation or not. It's a gate of boring you to death. That person that every time you meet them, you hear them tell the same story, the same story stuck with a certain story stuck, because this is a gate that when he speaks, he says, I believe or I don't believe. And for the not self, I believe is, it's like a conclusion. It's like that, and then there is no opening to anything else. It's like closing doors on, other possibilities that could be there. So it's a gate of stimulation or not. And what makes the difference? I mean, because it's something that, even though it's obvious, it's not something that is easy to get. I mean, you hear 56s, speak about, tell stories that is not their story. The story what somebody else said, trying to stimulate you with what somebody else said, that kind of approach. Gate 56 is only stimulating, deeply stimulating, when the story it tells, is grounded in its own experience. It's when you share the resume of an experience that made a difference for you. But it's not just the fact that, you have that your experience is interesting for somebody else because of the difference it made for you, which it can be. Your story is even more interesting and more stimulating when it has to do with, the person that is going to take it in. As a matter of fact, when you operate correctly, you don't know which story to tell because it depends on the audience. It depends on the circumstance. Remember, stability through movement. So you're always moving through some circumstance. And it's the circumstance that is going to evoke or bring up, the most exciting or inspiring or stimulating ideas that come out of the experience you had because they meet, whatever is happening around you. And in that, in tune, gate 56 can be deeply stimulating. And I know I am an 11, I have a split off head ashna, so gate 56 is one of my natural bridges, But it took me some time to really reappreciate gate 56 and the value that it has for me as for expression, because most 56s that I had met before, they were boring as death. They were not good in listening. They were not good in taking things in, because the moment they would hear anything that contraries their beliefs, rush. There was this argument, there is this, they need to hold on to those ideas, to those beliefs. It's a gate of deep beliefs, and it's a gate for which beliefs are laws. This is a gate of the laws. This is where in the not-self, belief determines action. Rather than seeing it through its polarity, gate 60 limitation, that, to take any belief as a conclusion is to limit yourself. it's a limitation. And it's a limitation that is not necessarily true, real, legitimate. You know, it's trying to establish truth and reality based on an ideal. And it's trying to get everyone to follow it, to commune with it. And in that, you know, it can also be, you know, a nasty, I was going to say a heavy gate, but, you know, its heaviness is it can be very nasty, very boring, and in that sense, very nasty because it can be insistent with what is actually not stimulating at all.